Hello, everybody. I am Michel Jakubowski. I am ArrowSphere Cloud Product Manager. So really happy to be here in Brussels to explain you a little bit about our platform and to explain you the concept of cloud business excellence that we have developed around the platform. And you will see a short preview of our AI assistant that will arrive in September in the platform. So maybe first a couple of words on the ArrowSphere Cloud platform itself. I'm not sure that everybody knows what it is. So basically, the ArrowSphere platform is a link between the partners and the vendors. So basically, we're trying to simplify a little bit the workflows from the vendors to the partners, going to the end customers. So you know that you've got completely different business models according to the different partners. They are really, really creative in the bidding models, in the business conditions. We're trying to simplify that in ArrowSphere. We're trying to make that easier for our partners and to give them a place where basically it's a one-stop shop. You've got all the vendors, all the solutions that you need to resell to your end customers, with all the tools as well to manage the cloud subscriptions of your customers. So, for instance, of course, you've got e-shopping experience. You will see you can manage the different subscriptions. You get analytics. Bidding, which is of course key. We've got a lot of tools that we have put in place for the bidding for our partners, to ease the bidding for our partners. And then scalability. For us, it is extremely important. We can adapt to really small volumes, to big telcos. We've got strategy, API first strategy. We're able to really to be interfaced with any kind of ecosystem and with kind of customizable marketplace, for instance. So maybe I will show you some quick examples here. So basically, it's a one-stop shop. It's a real e-commerce experience that you've got in the platform. So if you want to order a license for one of your customers, you just connect to the platform, you do your shopping, you place order, and we do the magic with Microsoft or any other vendors, of course. Then, once, of course, in the cloud, everything starts when the order has been placed. So we've got tools to manage the different subscriptions for IaaS, for PaaS, for, of course, a SaaS subscription. So in this example, it is IaaS subscription. It can set some budget alerts, for instance. We can give you some really deep analytics on IaaS. And eventually, you've got the possibility, if you want to empower your customers to have like a customizable marketplace that you can expose to your customers, they will be able to place their orders themselves. They will be able to manage their subscription themselves. So it will be branded, of course, with your logo, with your colors, and we're able to expose that to the end customers. You can sell as well, of course, your own products, onboard them inside ArrowSphere, so you expose main vendors' products, let's say, in addition to your own products that you can expose to your end customers. So this is just a reminder or just a short explanation of what ArrowSphere does. I don't really like the word marketplace because it's not what we're doing, but I think it's understandable for everybody. So basically, we're managing orders, we're managing the different subscription of your end customers. We provide analytics tools and strong bidding tools. So this was the positioning of the platform a couple of years ago, till let's say September last year, a pure transactional platform. And I think we know how to do this transactional model. Now we're evolving into something a little bit different. As you have more volume, as you generate more transactions in the platform, partners have got new challenges. So it is, for those who recognize one of the 6 pillars of the well-architected framework from AWS, you've got a security issue. You need tools to monitor the security of your customers. You need to optimize your costs. The more volume you do, you need to optimize your costs. And of course, especially in EMEA, we've got regulatory issues with GreenOps, you will need to declare very soon your carbon emissions. So we're trying to, in addition to this transactional model that you have seen, we're trying to bring other tools to our partners to help them to manage their cloud business. So let's start with the security model. So we are providing to our partners a security dashboard that is available for all the partners that is monitoring Microsoft and AWS today. So basically, the beauty of this dashboard is to allow partners to have a global view on all their customers, on the security posture of all their customers. So, of course, that kind of tools exist on Microsoft sites, on AWS sites. You need to go customer by customer. You need to go account by account to have that kind of view. Here, you have a view, an overall score, mixing AWS, Microsoft on all your customers. Obviously, you can zoom after at customer level, you can zoom at account level, but what partners are really appreciating is to have that overall view, the overall score, and of course, you can easily identify that this specific customer has got a lower score, this specific 3 customers have go down, so maybe you want to deep dive, maybe you want to do some specific actions. What is extremely precious as well is the analytics of the top issues across all your customers. So what the beauty of that is that you can do, of course, extracts. You can build some specific actions to be able, basically, to deal with this issue, to advise your customers on how to solve that issues. And of course, you can see the different evolutions of that score. So this score, it is basically checks that are done by Microsoft or AWS. We are not inventing anything in the platform. We are just retrieving through API the data corresponding to that specific customers, and we are aggregating all that in a specific dashboard. So once again, the power of that is the aggregation, the overall view, and then you can drive some specific sales actions, some security actions on all your customers or one specific customer. So we are managing both Microsoft, AWS. So in the same dashboard, you've got 2 different vendors with completely different metrics, let's say, but we're able to gather that. And then we zoom really at an account level. So we're able to tell you that this checks has impacted 5 resources, and 5 of them has passed the check. Maybe the 5 of them have failed the test. So you can really go into the detail of each resource. We are not solving anything inside this tool. It's a monitoring tool. It gives you the right focus on the right customer, on the right maybe issues to go and act directly in the vendor portal or discuss with the customer on the security issues that have been identified. So this is the security dashboard, and of course, as I was mentioning, we've got different levels. So the partner level first, so you've got an overall view on your customers. You've got the customer level, so if you have a discussion with one of your customers, you can use that and explain to make an analysis of the top issues, for instance, with the customer. And then one customer can have multiple accounts, multiple AWS accounts, mixing with Microsoft. So you have this analytics as well. So it is working today with Defender for Cloud and Secure Score for SaaS. For AWS, we can retrieve the data from a security hub and trusted advisor. So the way it has been built, it's really open, so it's quite easy for us to add new vendors, new data. We are discussing with different telcos, for instance, right now to add some specific data with recommendations directly inside this dashboard. So this is the first part of the cloud business excellence. Then I was mentioning FinOps. So FinOps, of course, the more you're having activity in the cloud, the more you need to optimize your cost. And just a metric here, 30% of the cloud spend is wasted today. So there's a big need from our partners to monitor that closely. And we can provide that in ArrowSphere as well. For your IaaS activity, we're able, in the same way that you have seen it in the security dashboard, to have a consolidated custom optimization amount. It is based the same way as the security score or some checks that are provided by the different vendors, Microsoft and AWS in that specific case. And we're identifying on your IaaS activity, on your customer's IaaS activity, what are the different areas where the cost could be optimized. You should maybe switch to take an obvious example, switch to reserved instances for that and that resource, for instance. So, and you can see all these recommendations directly in the dashboard. Once again, you can use that in your discussions with the customer. It goes basically, it is the same APIs that we're using as for the security dashboard. So it's quite easy to set up. Once you get set up the security dashboard, you've got access to the custom optimization data as well. So, and the final, so the same granularity, you can see the overall level, you can see the customer level and the account level. And the final one, of course, it is the sustainability. So just a figure here as well. Huh? So the emissions done by cloud are equivalent to the emissions done by the flights, transportation worldwide last year. And we've got, in addition to that, you know, in Europe, starting from next year, some companies will need to declare their cloud emissions. We have that dashboard in ArrowSphere. So you're really able to monitor at your partner level across all your customers, the emissions that are done by all your customers, and really deep dive, zoom at customer level to see what are the services that are emitting the most. We've got some, you can see here on the top, equivalencies that we have provided. We can provide you the data by services, so we can really zoom at service level. This one for me is really interesting as well. We're able to provide you from where you are using basically the data. Of course, some areas are most polluting than others, so we can maybe do some actions to switch one of these areas, and you can follow, of course, that emissions. One thing that is extremely important with that with that dashboard, we get the possibility to export the data in a format that will be able to reuse to report the emissions. So that is as well really handy. So all these dashboards basically were launched in September, since September last year. So we've got 3 dashboards right now: the security dashboard, the FinOps dashboard, and the GreenOps dashboard. So we strongly believe that the platform needs to make a switch from really transactional model to that kind of business excellence tools. We are working on some more that will arrive this year, but this is what we have done at the beginning. Now, there's another very important topic for us. It is AI, of course, how we could do something without AI right now. It was really obvious for us to invest a lot of developments on AI as we are of course, having a lot of data and what we are doing, a lot of transactions. So maybe first, before showing you how we will applying that on the platform and to show you some use cases, I just wanted to explain you why we are doing that. So a funny metric here, I think. So without AI, basically, of course, you can achieve a good goal, a good level of goal, but the path is a little bit tricky. With AI, you're starting higher, because you've got the knowledge that we have already, let's say, injected to the LLM, to the AI, and then the path is as well faster with the AI. So just for you to know, we are on production testing the tool that you will see since March right now. We've got really interesting feedbacks from our partners. We've got really interesting metrics as well from our partners. How it is changing the way they're using ArrowSphere, how it is changing basically the way they are managing their cloud business. So we strongly believe that it will really help our partners to achieve cloud business excellence, to better monitor their cloud business. So what would you be able to do with the AI in ArrowSphere? So we got a couple of prompts here that we have generated. So of course it is infinite. So we are trying to find the right use cases right now with our partners. But I have decided to focus on 3 of them that I think are really explanatory. And of course, what you will see is working on production right now. So the 3 areas for me that are really important where we can use AI, business, of course, you will see, security, and FinOps. So for business, I will explain you a little bit how it is working. So we call that the ArrowSphere Assistant. So the ArrowSphere Assistant is basically something that you've got inside our interface that will be available at all time, and it's a conversational model. So basically, as the assistant will ask you how I can help you today, and I can ask that kind of generic topics. What's today's business update? So the assistant will search inside our databases, will search your activity in ArrowSphere, your customers' activity, and then we have developed what we call widgets that are specific to that kind of questions. The assistant will be able to list, okay, these are the top 3 customers, these are the top down customers, and in addition to that, the assistant will be able to notice some key facts. Okay, this is like a business approach first, and then maybe you need to pay attention because you've got 5 renewals today with a price change. Maybe you need to inform your customers that there's a price change, so the assistant will spot that. And basically, you continue the conversation with the assistant, and what will be interesting to know is, okay, why West Inc. has decreased so much. I will ask the assistant why West Inc. is in decline, and then the assistant will parse our different databases and will show you in a visual way, it's not only text that we are providing in the assistant, that in that specific example, there's basically decrease on Azure in December. And in addition to showing me that there's a decrease, as always, the assistant will spot some opportunities. That's really the goal. Analytics, it helps you to analyze, to understand the business situation, and then it will provide you grow opportunities. So now, once I have identified, basically, of course, I can generate reports and the recommendation that I was mentioning. So now, I'm interested by these 2 suggestions. Maybe it was that this customer is experimenting another business premium model. So I can ask the assistant, okay, write an email. Of course, it won't be sent directly. It's always an action from the user to check what is written. But basically, as we've got all the contacts for this customer, or the history of this customer, it's quite easy to adapt the message for the assistant and based on the suggestion that has been made and when I click on a copy to email, basically, it's opening my emailing client, and I will be able basically to check the different messaging and to send to the user. You see that in English right now. It will be available as well. We've got a lot of requests in different European countries to have it in local languages as well. So you will be able to see that as well in the different local languages. So this is the first business use case. Then on security, of course, what is interesting for us. So you have seen the security dashboard. We are starting from that data. Here you can see something that is, I think, interesting. We are paying a lot of attention not to reinvent the platform inside the assistant, but to make some interactions between both. So in some places in the platform, we have put that kind of specific icons that will call directly the assistant and that will generate directly a prompt. Okay, explain me this security score. It can be focused on one customer. It could be across all my customers. So when I click that, it will open basically the assistant with that question, and the assistant is explaining me, okay, the security score is 34%, and this is how it is split. So, in the same way as we did it in the business, I will maybe want to focus on the lowest one and explaining why this Azure score is so low. So the assistant will be able to do the analytics as well. And here we have identified that, okay, this is so low because we've got this is the split of the issues, the most interesting issues basically, with the number of customers, 23 customers that are impacted by this specific issues. Basically, the assistant will be able to identify them, to list the customers that are impacted. So we are managing as well some tabs inside this this kind of tool. You can of course export that kind of data. Once again, we've got all the contacts. So you can imagine what you can do with that kind of export after that. You can ask the assistant to create a brief security report based on the top issues that you have identified. And we are experiencing on our basically partner base that's in a great majority of cases some kind of simple issues. So the MFA stuff is really, really I think a real use case. It can be easily solved. So basically what you will do is to contact the customers that are impacted. The assistant can help you to basically write another email, a copy, to export the kind of the kind of data that was showing the assistant, and to make actions from that analytics. So yeah, you've got that kind of copy features as well that are available. This is an example of security. Security, we're testing that right now. We've got a lot of use cases that are possible, a lot of data. So it's really interesting with the assistant to discuss, let's say, about the issues that has been identified. And eventually, we've got the FinOps use case. Just you will understand how powerful I think the assistant is with that use case as well. So of course, we've got always issues to understand, okay, explain me my billing statement. I don't understand the data that I have received, why it is more expensive than previous months. So of course, you can calculate by yourself, you can compute by yourself, but it's so much easier with the assistant. So you've got the same kind of link from the billing statement page to the assistant. Explain me this specific billing statement. So I've got a first level of explanation. Then if I ask more, I will have the detail of the calculation line by line. Okay, it has been calculated on 31 days at 35 euros, at 39 euros on 30 days by 2. And then I can really go further than that and to ask why is it basically more expensive than previous months. And then the assistant is able to explain me, okay, it is the same products that you have, but the Microsoft pricing has changed. The Microsoft pricing has increased from that date. So that's why you've got 2 lines in your billing statement, even if it's the same product, because you've got 2 different pricings. And we are calculating the pricings in a prorating model, basically. So the assistant is really able to spot that. So I can as well ask, okay, once it has been increased, what will be the impact for the end of the year of this new price? So the assistant is able to explain me, okay, this is the price you would have till the end of the year, but that's not all. What is really important for us is to spot improvement opportunities and in that specific case, I understand that the person is asking me for the next year, what will be the cost? So I guess that maybe the engagement period should be 1 year, and 1 year equal 25% discount. So maybe it will be interesting for that person to get to switch to a different billing scheme. And once I have spotted that, we can go even further than that. So we are working strongly on that kind of widgets inside the assistant. I have spotted that I can basically earn 25% if I switch to another billing model. I've got a button directly in the assistant to schedule that update at the renewal of my subscription. So when my subscription will be renewed, I am able basically to change the engagement period to 1 year. So I won't need to come back in 10 days in ArrowSphere and to do that change. It will be automatically done when basically the renewal period has started. So I can directly validate it. Of course, the assistant won't do that by himself, so we always pay attention that people validate, do an action on by themselves. But we are working right now on finding clever ways of interactions. As I said, not to redo ArrowSphere inside the assistant, but to this feature exists already in ArrowSphere, of course, but it is integrated in a logical way in the conversation with the assistant here. Yeah, this is the assistant. So as you have seen, we have cloud management platform that has been designed, that it exists since 12 or 13 years now, doing transactions. We're switching to a completely different model. I think it's pretty unique in the market, that kind of focuses on that kind of dashboard, cloud business excellence, and the assistant. So assistant, we are launching that officially in September this year. What you have seen is on production already. It is tested with, we've got more and more partners that are testing that. It's really interesting to get their feedbacks, to invent new scenarios and new tools. So yeah, more to come in September. I think we'll communicate big time in September on that. Yeah, meanwhile, if you've got questions on the dashboard, on the assistants, we get a booth just in front. I think I don't remember the number of the booth, and I don't know, any questions maybe right now? Any comments? Okay, so thank you very much for your participation, and yeah, see you maybe at the booth a little bit later. Thank you.